Great evening and welcome to my late chat show. Tonight I have the pleasure to have Jason Hulott, who is also the consultant and founder of Speedy Consulting.
Yeah, that's me.
Welcome, Jason.
Evening. Yeah, you've kept me up late. Of course, it's way past my bedtime.
Hey,
That's all right, don't worry.
Thank you for being on. So, what are we going to talk about tonight?
Whatever you like. What can we talk about? I think you said that in your sort of text intro. So we can talk swords, we can talk martial arts, we can talk digital, we can talk affiliates, we can talk anything you like. Donuts, cakes.
Let's go with swords. What was your whole interest in swords? How did you get into swords?
How does every kid get into swords? So my interest in swords started where everyone else's probably did, if they admit it. It was Conan. You know, why did people get started in martial arts? Enter the Dragon. Why do people get into swords? Conan. And so for you kids out there, there was an original Conan. With a little guy called Arnold Schwarzenegger, not this Jason Momoa rubbish, and he was just epic. It was just really cool. So I sort of got into swords a little bit then, did martial arts for a long time, and then decided that I wanted to get back into something, but something non-combative, but fed my geek and all that kind of stuff, and swords was it. So been doing that for 20 odd years now, all different stuff. So Japanese sword, European longsword, European knife, dagger fighting, all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff. And from there it sort of branched out into all sorts. So I collect a few things, lots of different swords from different places. So I've got things like war clubs from Mexico, lots of Aztec things. I've just got a sword stick from the Philippines. I've just ordered a sword that's coming from Japan. So it's kind of mental. And guess what? I didn't bring any with me. I haven't got any in this room, so I can't get any swords out or show you because I didn't bring any in here.
You can even show me any swords.
Yeah, I didn't bring any because to be honest, I think it's a little bit tacky. Look at my sword, because I could just do a show just doing that, just like show and tell, like when you're a kid. You should go, well, let me go and get some stuff and show you these things.
That works for me.
So, but it's kind of lazy. That
feeds my interest.
Though. Yeah, but then it would just be Jono with swords, wouldn't it, really? It'd just be me just holding up a sword and then going, okay, another one. So, yeah, and it's been kind of cool. It's a nice little hobby, for want of a better word. So, we run a few things. So we have... we run a couple of clubs down here, so I teach when we're allowed out, and then we do some events. So I do some stuff with some local museums. I do some stuff with the guys at Royal Armouries up in Leeds. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun stuff, and it opens doors. My LinkedIn profile says, digital marketing agency owner, blah blah blah. But then right at the end it says historical swordsman and sword geek. And that opens more doors than anything else. It's kind of bizarre. Yeah, Jason, I think I probably am, mate. I probably am. I'm living mine as well.
I thought he was He-Man.
No, He-Man's been ruined. Money Supermarket have ruined. They've made it. Yeah, the He-Man I grew up with is not the He-Man we see now on their adverts. It's they've got a bit strange with it, but yeah, it's all Conan, definitely Conan.
For me, it was Ninja Turtles actually.
Yeah, well, don't get me started on them because I do. you got to look at this beard. This is the giveaway, kids. I'm nearly 50 years old, so I'm not a young whippersnapper like this guy on the other side of the screen. So Ninja Turtles for me was the original Eastman black and whites, and they were a lot darker. The original comic was a lot darker than the film and the cartoon series. They were sort of made for kids, but the original Ninja Turtles, if you can get hold of the original graphic novels, very dark, very Batman-esque.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Kind of cool. A lot better.
Interesting. I have to search that up later.
Yeah, there you go.
You're gonna be diving into the whole of Ninja Turtles back in the Dark Ages.
Yeah, get the old history books out. Yeah, so yeah, before TV, when they were the first lot of comics, really dark.
Interesting.
Kind of cool. Yeah.
Did not know about anything about that.
No, most
what
people
can I
don't.
search?
So
what can I search? 90.
Just type in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles graphic novels. So TMNT graphic novels or something.
Graphic novel.
In fact, I've got my iPad here while you're I'm going to have a quick shifty as well while we're here. So,
and then martial arts. How did martial arts come about?
So that was from school. So I started karate when I was 7 at school, and it was an after-school club. So just went along to that, and then because Dad was in the army, we moved around when I was a kid. So I spent a lot of my time overseas. So I did a couple of different styles of karate. So I did 4 years of Goju-Ryu and then 7 years of Wado-Ryu. So I think I started when I was about 7, finished when I was about 16. It's when my nose got broke the first time, because it wasn't always this wonky. So it used to be straight, but
Never noticed.
Yeah, and then just from there, just left that sort of stuff, and then just left everything really martial art related, and then went into sort of reenactment. Helped set up a reenactment society down in Wales when I come back from Germany, that's still running today, and that started the medieval stuff. Then left that for a while, and then came back, and now I do what I do now. So it probably all stemmed from martial arts.
Interesting. For me, it was no doubt it was Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I was rewatching Project A the other day. And, some of the Jackie Chan. I mean, I love the old Jackie Chan stuff. So, Snake and Eagle Shadow, Drunken Master. I can't remember some of the other ones, but some of the really old stuff, the Shaw Brothers stuff, was really, really good. It was just amazing. His little training routines were just fantastic.
Yeah, I was watching. What was the one? I watched Project A as well, just about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Me too. We probably saw a meme. We probably saw the same meme or something on Facebook, and went, "Wow, got to watch that film again. It's so cool."
His old ones are the best ones. Wheels, was it Wheels on Mills?
Yeah, with Sammo Hung and Donnie Yen. Yeah.
Not Donnie Yen.
not Donnie Yen. Who's the other one?
I never remember the name, but I know who you're talking about.
There was three. There was the three, wasn't there?
There's three of them.
There used to be like the three of them, and it was him, Sammo Hung.
I can never remember that guy's name, but I will search it up.
Now we're going to have to look that up.
Okay, that's not the name. I can't remember the name of them. That third guy. I do know who you're on about, obviously. With
Yeah, and we're going to have to do this now because we can't leave people hanging. Because it's interesting because both of those, so Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung both fought Bruce Lee on screen.
Yeah, back in
Yuen Biao.
Yes, that's it. Can never remember the third guy's name. So bad.
No, it's like a drummer in a band, isn't it? You never remember the drummer.
He was always there, but he explode.
Yeah, we never sort of did anything on his own, did he? Whereas at least Sammo Hung was memorable for me because he was this massive guy that could do all this acrobatic stuff, and it was just like, oh my god, if he can do it, I should be able to do it, but I can't do it. So yeah, it's kind of weird. But
He was awesome. Like he just did it.
Yeah, it was bonkers, absolutely bonkers stuff. It's yeah, I must have been even thinking back to it now. Some of that stuff in Project A and some of the other stuff he was doing, let alone what Jackie was doing. Yeah, mad, absolutely mad.
It's just amazing how acrobatic and he is, despite the size that he had.
That he's a big dude.
Good fighter, though. Really good fighter.
Yeah. Well, you can't knock it. Yeah.
Have you seen his look? Like,
Sorry, say it again. You broke up there.
oh, Sammo Hung's slimmed down completely.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw a picture of him recently. Yeah.
Like he changed his diet and all sorts apparently, and it's just like a huge shift.
Yeah, well, I can imagine. Yeah, he probably like me, probably had a lot of weight to get rid of. So yeah. Yeah,
okay.
They're all looking a bit strange, aren't they? Because even Jet Li's looking a bit weird lately. I don't know if you've seen pictures of Jet Li lately. He's like, wow, that's amazing.
Jet Li is because he's actually got an illness.
Is he ill? Oh, right, I didn't realise.
He's actually got an illness, so that's why he's looking a bit more fragile than he was. So yeah, Jet Li's actually got an illness, so therefore he's a bit more fragile than he normally is.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that disease is. Hyperthyroidism? Hyperthyroid.
Right, yeah. Okay, yeah, so that will fluctuate your weight like nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what he's got.
Yeah.
What did Nick say? Jung Bao wasn't distinct enough, so he never shined.
I wouldn't tell him that to his face.
Yeah. I still wouldn't mess with him.
No, but you're right. Yeah, he was just he was always there, but you never remembered his name. Yeah.
It was always in that free.
Yeah. But I mean, to be honest, you'd have to be something pretty special to stand out with those two.
Well, I think Sammo Hung, because he was there because he was also a director before Jackie went into directing.
Yeah.
So obviously he would cast himself in.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. Yeah. Clever boy.
So, aside from swords, what other things are you up to?
Up to work. Well, there's work. So the sword stuff. There's quite a lot going on with that. So we're doing a lot of research at the moment. So I'm writing another book. So I've just done a book on affiliate marketing. So we can talk about that. But I'm researching a book on swords at the moment. And that's kind of interesting. But a lot of the research has stopped now because of COVID. Because what it was recommended that I do by all the people that I've talked to that have written books in the space is to go and hold and examine these swords, not just write about them from photos and things. So it's taken a long time to get access to some of these things because they're locked away. But we're starting to get access to some stuff. But annoyingly, I was supposed to see some really, really interesting swords at the end of this month, but they've had to be moved now because of lockdown. But it's really exciting stuff. But I can't talk about it. But yeah, that's kind of cool. But then on normal everyday life, so the thing that pays the bills is the agency. So the agency does two things. It's a digital marketing agency for, I want to say, insurance and finance companies, but we deal with everybody. But at the moment it seems to be insurance, finance, property, and leisure, I guess you'd call it. So sort of motorhomes, RVs, caravans, that kind of stuff. And then I do a lot of affiliate marketing and affiliating and showing business owners that they can make money from doing stuff like this. Not to rip people off or anything, but to make an income so they can then invest in better technology, better kit. For you, get a different colour light bulb behind you.
Need one.
and stuff like that. You don't need a new Titan chair because obviously you've got a nice little Titan looking chair in the background there. So it just helps people. So I'm sort of talking a lot. If people look at other podcasts and things and what's coming, we're talking a lot about affiliate marketing, an awful lot.
Yeah. So, what was your interest in taking up the affiliate route? Because I know you was dabbling in and out of it, and then you was like, should I do it?
Yeah. So to be honest, we've been doing it since I think in the book I talk about my first affiliate referral commission was 1997. So, some of you guys weren't even born back
I
in those
was,
days.
but
Yeah, just about.
when I was just starting off in IT.
Yeah, so in those days, the first thing I did was so I got asked to look at this thing called the internet by a bank. I was working at a bank, and they said, this was 1995, 96. They said, we need to look at this thing called the internet. We don't know what it's going to do. We think it might do something. We're not really sure. Go and have a look at it. So they sent me off on a course, and it taught me how to write HTML pages using Notepad. So I basically hand coded everything. And they said, well, what can we do with it? So at that time, there was no e-commerce, there was no Google. Biggest search engine at the time was Alta Vista. But what was happening quite quickly in those days was you could see that there was companies starting to want a presence online. So I built a web agency. So I was still at the bank, but I built a small little web design agency called JByte. J being the name, and then byte, because in those days, byte was kind of a technical word. It meant computers, there was all sorts of things. So we called it JByte. And what we found was the easiest way to make money was to charge people for a website. But then rather than us do the hosting, because I didn't want to host, what we'd do is we'd send them off to a company called NetNation. NetNation still exists as a web host, but we used to send them to NetNation, and then NetNation said to us, well, we'll give you a commission for everyone that you send to us and then buy a hosting package. And that was like, what? So I just send you people, you sell them a product, and you're going to pay me for the introduction. And it was like happy days. And then it just grew from there. And then we did all kinds of stuff. So when we first set up the agency, when we first set up Speedy in 2003, we did two things. We did a lot of agency client work, but then we took money from that and reinvested it into building a network of our own sites. So we had around 150 sites doing all kinds of stuff, dating, lingerie, wine, all kinds of finance products and insurance products, because that was my background. Dog stuff, we did it with everything. We sold everything. And even some of the naughty after-hours stuff as well that we don't really talk about. So we did the whole raft of it because we were good at SEO, we were good at writing content. I knew how to rank for stuff, so we did both. And the reason we did both was because we kept getting clients coming to us saying, well, if you guys are so good at doing SEO, why aren't you doing it for yourselves? And it's and after a while, it's a pain in the ass to hear that all the time. So we actually turned around and said, well, here you go. Here's just 10 of my sites that we're ranking for and we're making money from. So, two fingers, really. It was kind of childish, but, And then, so we ran that for around 5 or 6 years. And then Google came along because there was a lot of exact match domains at that point. So it was, we had things like UK Wine Online, UK Diets Online. It was very much keyword-led domain names. And what we did was we just sent traffic straight to our affiliate partners, which, looking back now, was the stupidest thing we ever did. And I'll tell you why. You'll find out why in less than 30 seconds. And the reason why was because I woke up one day and Google Farmer came along, because Google used to name their updates. So you'd have Florida. Florida was a big one that we got penalised a little bit for, but not too much. And then along came Farmer, and Farmer just wiped us out completely. Overnight, we lost 98% of our rankings. Sites
Wow.
just went completely just bombed. It was our own fault because we didn't stay with the times. I got a little bit complacent, and we got a lot of client work came in, so we took our eye off the ball with our own stuff, and it sort of fell over. If I was to redo it again now, and we're starting again now, um, we would be building email databases. If I look back now and look at the millions upon millions of impressions and clicks we generated for our partners, I could be sat on an email list of at least 1 million people. It was big. It's big. It was really really big. And then when Google would have fallen over, I wouldn't have cared because then I'd be sending email newsletters to people.
Mm.
So now we're starting again. Now we're doing it properly. So yeah, and that's what we teach now. So we say to people, if you're going to build an affiliate site, make sure you've got your lead, like we just talked about, lead magnets, funnels, have that all in place, because if your traffic source dries up, at least you can go back to your audience that you've already got and built. So so we're starting at the moment to go back into the affiliate stuff, and we're focusing on what we do in our everyday business. So I'm not going out and building crypto sites or building sites on forex trading or stuff like that. So we're doing stuff around business finance, insurance, because that's our background. And then because it's more interesting and a bit more sexy, we're doing some stuff around WordPress plugins. So we do a lot of recommendations for different WordPress plugins and different solutions, and we get asked all the time for recommendations for plugins. So we're doing a lot of research, especially with Black Friday, Cyber Monday coming up at the moment. I've got probably 20 deals to share with people at the end of this month that are epic, really, really good. Some good lifetime deals, some good discounts, nothing AppSumo based, all direct. And it's gonna be kind of cool. So yeah, we're sort of getting back into it, because then it over time it becomes passive. That's the key. So don't ever cut that bit out. I didn't just say it was passive. Over time, it becomes passive. So you have to put a lot of effort and time into it up front to drive the traffic, to get the impressions, to get people knowing it exists. Then over time, you can dial down your investment of time and effort into it, and then it becomes passive. So that's what we're doing. And we like these sort of lifetime deals where we get paid commission every year when someone renews a product. So do the work once, get paid forever. Happy days. So
Very, very good.
that's what we love about affiliates. And then what we do with other people is, if you Google anything affiliate related, it's nasty, it's horrible stuff. Wouldn't recommend you do it. Because they talk about it as a side business. So they're always talking about affiliate marketing as set up a new business and pick a niche that's really popular, build a site on dog beds. Really? Okay. Or build a site on foreign exchange, or build a site on travel, or build a site. And the problem is, it becomes more of a distraction. So what I say to business owners is, no, don't do that. Look at your current business and where can you find and build in affiliate deals. So like you and I just talked about off screen was, we talked about funnels. So, okay, I sell you a funnel package. I help you design and develop a funnel package. What am I then going to recommend to you? Probably a funnel piece of software, probably some content, because you're going to need content, maybe an email system because you're going to need an autoresponder, maybe a chat bot. Well, guess what? There's 4 different ways there you can add extra value and monetize it for your business while making recommendations for something that people are going to buy anyway. And the thing that you have to remember is, this stuff isn't going to cost you, the end user, any more because they've bought through Jono's affiliate link. In fact, Jono's so good at what he does, he's managed to negotiate a discount because he's sending so many people through it, that if you buy through Jono's link, it's going to be even cheaper. And this is the mindset thing I've got to get people into, because they see affiliate marketing as really scammy, really naff and horrible. And it's not that at all. If you do it properly, keep it relevant to your audience. Don't fleece your audience. You're not trying to rip anybody off. You're just actually saying, this is, you've come to me for this. Here it is, but this is going to help you on your journey. These are the tools that I use. You see a lot of these big affiliate sites, the good guys. There's a couple of good guys. We found a lot of crap. It's after Watershed. We found a whole bunch of shit. But there's a couple of good guys out there, and they have these things like toolboxes and Rolodexes and resource pages that are all relevant to their audience. It's not just a whole bunch of stuff that you can find at a boot fair or a flea market type thing. So yeah, it's kind of cool, and we love it. So I like talking to people about affiliate stuff at the moment.
Yeah, FYI, I redid my resource page after
You
your
better do, because that
evaluation.
was shocking. That was terrible. That was a shocking page. You digital people don't know what a call to action is. Add a button, click here, download now, buy now. It's all good stuff. So yeah, I mean that's the thing. But then again, for you, and for a lot of consultant type businesses, they don't think about it in this way. We talk a lot of personal trainers, and you say to a personal trainer, join an affiliate program, and they go, oh, no, I don't like selling. And you say, okay, well, let's take you through a normal client onboarding process. What do you do with them? Oh, well, we take them, we do our one-to-one, and we sit down, and then we work on their diet, and we work on their exercise plan, and this, that, and the other. You go, okay, that's cool. So then what happens in normally sort of second or third session? Do these people start asking you about what supplements to take, what protein shake to have, what trainers to wear, what compression socks you need? Well, I don't know. What kind of things you need? And they go, oh yeah, we tell people about it all the time. And you go, ha, there's your affiliate offers. Why aren't you monetizing that? Oh, it doesn't feel right, so I'm selling. You say, no, you just told me to go to my protein and buy my vegan protein shakes from them. So why shouldn't you get paid for that? It's not costing your customer anymore. And it's just mad stuff like this that people leave this money on the table, or they don't know it exists. We've just got PTs involved with Reebok, Maxi Muscle, Under Armour, and these guys were saying to me, yeah, but we're not a big brand. The big brands won't work with us. And you say, no. Big brands want to work with you because, you're at the coalface. Okay, you're not Kim Kardashian with a gazillion page views, but they don't care. You've got an audience that's connected and is going to buy our products if you recommend it. So it's just mad. So yeah, I didn't think I'd be talking mindset as much as I am at the moment. I thought I'd be talking about tactics and actual strategies, but we're not. We're not even at that point with a lot of people yet. It's actually just getting them to think about it in a different way. And my problem is, being me, is that because I'm completely self-taught with anything web-based, and it was all done by trial and error and testing and spending money and doing everything else. So I think, well, if I can do it, just get off your ass and do it. I shouldn't have to tell you it works. It bloody works. Just do it. And that's probably why I don't have swords in this room, because it'd just be like, I'll stab you. Just get it sorted. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stab. So yeah, it's just sort of getting it done, really. So yeah, it's I love it. I love affiliate stuff, but I've loved it for 20 odd years now. So yeah, it's sort of, and it goes through these changes. People try and call it something different. It's now, the Americans now call it performance marketing.
Performance marketing.
Yeah, well, because most of it is predominantly performance based. So you as the affiliate only get paid if a sale happens. So it's performance driven. So they now call it, they want to move away from affiliate marketing, because American marketers ruined it. For the Americans, there's a lot of scams in the early days, a lot of lead gen scams around affiliate marketing, a lot of issues with some of the early ClickBank stuff. Not so much now, and this whole sort of MMO, make money online, sort of niche, very dirty.
So they're trying to rebrand them.
Yeah, so they keep going through these changes. So you'll find it called everything. Amazon call it associates. So it's their associate program. You've got people that call it an ambassador program. People call it performance marketing, affiliate marketing, referral marketing. It's all the same thing, really. It's you being paid for promoting someone else's product. That's it. And we've been doing that since Babylon. It's been going on for thousands upon thousands of years.
Wow.
So,
it's actually been something that's been going on that long. So just the methodology that's been taken from offline to online.
Yeah. Well, you think about anything trader based. So you think of anything in the middle class. So you look at here we go with the history stuff again. So you look at things like the guilds in the Middle Ages,
Hmm.
or even a little bit. So you look at things like the Hanseatic League. So the Hanseatic League were a group of countries that got together and formed a um, economic union. Sounds like the EU. So they had this, but they had this is the 1200s. So a long, long time ago, and basically they would just buy stuff from each other and sell it on. So it's been going on for forever. Farmers didn't have time to go and sell their wheat and crops and everything. So merchants would come along, buy it, take them into towns, sell stuff to bakers and everything else. So there'd be a middleman, and they'd get paid.
Yes.
So an affiliate's just a middleman. That's all they are.
Like a
It's
broker.
just, it's the same thing. But you're broking anything. You can, I'm building an audience that I can then promote other people's products. But all I'm doing is introducing you to a preferred partner or solution. That's it. It's not complicated. We have to. There's a lot of people that have to feel that things are complicated. But if you can simplify things, simplification is the new sophistication. As I think Leonardo da Vinci said, or simplicity is the new sophistication, or something like that. But it's too late. I can't remember these things. It's getting old. I'm getting old. So just keeping stuff as simple as possible. It's the same as swordsmanship. Swordsmanship isn't about jumping around, swinging a sword, draw the sword, hit him with it, put it away.
True.
The simpler you can make that. I mean, this is the thing. We take students, and you see students when they first start, and it's they get the sword out, and it's like, and they're doing all this stuff with it, and they're swinging it around, and they're doing this, and you think, okay, right. So then we perform a Wazza reform, and you take people through a 6-step process. And by the time they've done it twice, they've already added 25 steps. And you go, but where's that come from? And it's like, yeah, but it can't be that easy. I've got this. We have to make it more difficult to make it feel worthwhile. And you look at the Japanese ethos with a lot of things, and it's like you spend years making it simple, but it was already simple. You've just complicated it, and it's taken you in your head 20 years to figure out that the lesson you had on day one was actually the right way of doing it. But you were never going to be told that. It's not just cut and draw, surely, or draw and cut. Surely it's not that. It's got to be, I've got to move, and I've got to do this with my shoulders, and I've got to move my eyesight, and I've got to look at it. It's like, no, it's not that at all. Just do what I told you to do. And that's the same with marketing. And in fact, it's the same with everything. So, I don't know how we got here, but yeah. So I find it all fascinating because it all ties together. You'll see similarities with everything. And that's
Now
the
that you
thing.
put
That's
it that
why
way, it does make more sense that I think we do make it too complicated.
We do. That's why there's millions of books. That's why Sun Tzu's Art of War is written for bloody everything. Sun Tzu in business, and you think Sun Tzu's Guide to Digital Marketing. It's like, what? Sun Tzu didn't write about digital marketing. He wrote about swordsmanship, or he wrote about combat, and you just see all these things. It's just like, really, or Musashi's Guide to this, and it's like, oh my god, no, it's just not. No, don't do it. Just everyone. Everyone likes to grab hold of martial arts and take them all over the place. It does annoy me a little bit. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, everyone's doing all sorts of stuff at the moment. It's kind of interesting to see. But yeah, just keep it all as simple as possible. Simple's easy. I like simple. I'm a simple person. I can explain things simply. That's it.
Talking about books and martial arts, how far have you got with Be Water by Bruce Lee or Shannon?
Yeah,
even.
so I've if I'm
I
brutally honest,
bought it, but I haven't gone through it.
Yeah, I was going to say I flick through it at the moment. So one of my sidelines is as a book reviewer. So I get free books by publishers. So publishers send me books to review professionally. Ooh, get you. So I probably get on a bad week I probably get 20 books. On a good week I probably get 5. Um, so I get a lot of books. I get an awful lot of books, and not small comic books. I get sort of military history books. I get a lot of military history stuff, going from the Bronze Age, ancient Egyptians, all the way up to probably the late medieval period. So sort of around the sort of 1450s, 1500s. So just before Henry. So before Henry VIII, going all the way back to Cleopatra and stuff. So I get a lot of book. I have to get through a lot of books. So I do a lot of speed reading. So yeah, in answer to the question, I've got it. I've got a couple of. I bought a couple at the same time. So I got that one, and I also got another one of his books, which you might find interesting. And any martial artists on that haven't read it is Striking Thoughts, which is one of his older books.
That was on my actually to buy list, but I haven't bought it yet.
Yeah, it's a good. It's more, to be honest, that's more practical. Whereas B Waters very much, it's a sort of coffee table Instagrammy quote book, but the quotes are now being given context by Shannon. So she sort of explained where she feels that the quote has come from in talking to her father when he was alive. And then speaking to friends and family and her mum and stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting. It will be an interesting book. But yeah, I probably flicked it through probably last week, and I'll probably try and get to read it this week. But I've just been sent. I think I've got sent 6 books to do this week, so I've got those to do by Sunday. So yes.
Wow.
It's a long slog. So, why are you going to write one?
Next year there'll be Bruce Lee's Guide to Business Mastery.
If there isn't one, I'd be very surprised. In fact, as we talk, I'm going to go because there's got to be something.
Bruce Lee's Guide to Business Mastery. Oh, I was wondering why you get so many books.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of people have built. There's lots of articles. Bruce Lee Guide to Strategic Content.
Bruce Lee's Guide to Strategic Content.
Yeah.
When did Bruce Lee start strategizing content?
Bruce Lee's Guide to Productivity. The Bruce Lee Guide to IT Soft Skills.
No way.
Way.
That way.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, there's actually a few things, but I think there's probably you're probably right. There probably will be somebody who'll do something at some point. It'll be just like someone will write something. So hopefully the estate will clamp down on that kind of stuff though, because I don't think he needs to be sort of tarnished with that. But then again, you look at what he's done. If you look at that from a business point of view, he's taken something that was very, very niche and he's gone global with it. But the way he did it was kind of interesting. So he obviously started off in Oakland and had his studio and everything else and built up the studio. But then, a lot of people don't realise that he wrote the TV show Kung Fu, and then went off and did all the films out with the Shaw Brothers, and then came back and did Green Hornets, Kato, and all this stuff. So he, it was all related. It was all tied to what he did. So,
have you seen the latest one that he wrote as well, or the one he wrote but only just got started recording and on screen? Warrior?
No, I've not seen that because it's not on Netflix, is it? We've got Netflix and Amazon. I think that's on Sky, is it?
I think it's even on the American channel. I can't remember what it was. It was very only like in US based.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the trailers of it looks pretty good. The Warrior.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I might have to have a look, see if it's on some kind of dodgy YouTube stream or something.
find it somewhere.
Yeah, there'll be something somewhere. So yeah, that'd be good.
What did Ig say now? Oh God, I can see the future. There's going to be a Star Wars brand for all this too. The
Well, it's funny you
Jedi
should say
way.
that. Well, it's funny you should say that, guys. So I wasn't going to talk about this, but I can. So this gives me an opportunity to start talking about this. So I've been working with some lovely guys in North London.
I know who you're talking about.
That run Silver Sabres. So Silver Sabres, you'll see them at Comic-Con and all the gaming shows and things, and they're a bunch of really excellent guys that teach. They run the sort of Jedi Knight schools, but that's disingenuous of them, really, because so what they've done recently is they've rebadged, rebranded, and they've taken Tai Chi and Qigong and turned it into a lightsaber art. So basically, you are learning traditional, old style Tai Chi and Qigong. So you're doing long form, broadsword, all that kind of stuff with a lightsaber. And they're just going through the process at the moment. So they've just done I think they've got 5 levels. They've been ratified by the British Tai Chi Council. So yeah, it's interesting. It's exciting times, and the guys are very, very good at video. So they've done a whole bunch of video content around that they gave away during lockdown. So you could do their stage 1. So you could learn, how to hold a saber, how to use it, and then you could just take the saber away and give them a traditional Dao, and they could use that just as well. So you could fight with it and everything else. So it's really interesting stuff that those guys are doing, and they're looking at franchising out because lightsaber combat. French have just ratified it as a national sport that they're trying to take into the Olympics.
Wow.
So they want.
I heard they were doing it.
Yeah, so they're hoping to get lightsaber combat into the Olympics in the next, I'd imagine, probably 10 years, because they need more countries to take it on board. So the guys I'm working with, like I say, they've just rebuilt their site. We're trying to get them more instructors across the country. So if you want to teach lightsaber combat, we can get you set up with a school. We can get you sabers, because obviously the sabers you buy from Forbidden Planet and places like that are just going to explode if you hit each other. And the beauty with it is that it has this sort of built-in element that you're learning and you're keeping a traditional martial art alive, but at the same time having fun, and at the same time doing some make-believe and everything else, which is, it's good for mindset. It's so good for, your sort of mental well-being, and you're learning all the meditation and qigong. So that's all built in as well, without it feeling like you're, sat in a pair of silk pajamas with your kung fu slippers on. Which is fine for a lot of people, because a lot of people want that, but then a lot of people don't want that, and they want the fun elements of it all. So the hope is that we're going to take them out into the big wide world in a big way over the next few months, to get them into schools, because they can do after school clubs. There's all kinds of stuff they can do.
Yeah, I remember we raided their stand with Coaching for Geeks at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
With Robin.
Yeah, it's kind of through. Yeah, that's kind of a funny one. So the name lightsaber is, I think it's trademarked by Disney or Lucasfilm, but it seems to be a genuinely accepted term that people are using, because they used to call it LED saber combat, which we can use to fall back on. But yeah, at the moment, because everyone else is doing, so you've got people like Ludo Sport, and you've got a few other people that have built their own systems. So what you tended to find was a lot of Japanese kenjutsu instructors that wanted to work with kids couldn't work with them with wood, because wood's too dangerous to use with children under the age of 14. Whereas a LED saber, because it's plastic, although it will give you a nasty knock, it's probably not going to kill you in the same way a piece of wood would if it hit you hard enough. So there's all kinds of things. So the lightsaber name or word is kind of, I don't know, it's not public domain because I think it is trademarks, but in the same way that, BT own the word, I think they own the brand hyperlink or hypertext or something, but we all use it. So there you go. There's a nugget picked out of the sky from somewhere. I can't remember.
No, I get the wooden part because we used to in martial arts and training with my Sifu before, we wasn't allowed to use bows because they're wooden, and we were under 18. They were like, no, you can't use the bows because you're not at the legal age of 18 yet. So we were like, oh man, we wanted to work with them.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to be honest, you wouldn't have the control. I mean, that's the thing. What I don't think people realise, even as like a 6-foot staff, if you're holding it at the end, at one end and swinging it, you need a lot of force to stop it and know that you're going to stop it right. So yeah, and it would kill you. And the problem is getting hit in the head with a bow staff is a nasty thing because all this up here just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. If you get hit with any bit of wood in the head, you're going to bleed, and it just covers your eyes and everything. It's nasty. It's not a nice thing. So yeah, they're probably right to keep you away from that. But I don't think it was an age thing. I think it was a control thing.
Well, I think there's health and safety and insurance as well, and all sorts.
There's probably ways around those kind of things. But yeah, I think it's probably for us. Yeah, we don't. I rarely take on anyone under the age of 18.
This is a good one. I remember the old feather dusters.
Yeah, but then again, if that was bamboo on the other end,
yeah, they're normally bamboo ends.
Crack with that.
They're normally bamboo ends. So like the very short, thin one.
Give you they give you a really nasty crack. That'll whip.
That's what we normally used. Well, that's what we used to get disciplined by. I use it very carefully nowadays, right?
I was going to say, is Mum listening to this?
Yeah. Well, even so, usually, like, whoever is watching is like, discipline was the right word for back in the days. Back when it was what it was really.
Yeah, you can't hide from what it was. It was there. It happened, and that was that. So some people it was. You got shouted at. Other people got a little tap with something. Not condoning it, not saying it's the right thing or a wrong thing. It's just what it was.
It was what it was back in those days, right?
Yeah.
It was what worked, or what they knew worked.
Yeah, it was what happened to them. So everything rolls downhill to a point.
Pretty much. So swords, martial arts. What else? Affiliates.
Books.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I've never been one to do just one thing. I can't get my brain to just do the one thing. So yeah, we've got so the agency, like I say, so we're a full service agency, so we do everything for anybody really. Sort of SEO, pay per click, content writing, email, and that kind of stuff. So that's the thing me and Stella run together, and then Affiliate Dojo, which is the affiliate side of things, is more sort of consulting, and then sort of helping people understand how they can get the most out of it. So that's the sort of second thing. That's the thing I'm sort of a little bit more passionate about at the moment, because I think with COVID, and also the way people seem to be struggling to generate income, affiliate marketing is a great way to generate income quite quickly and easily if you haven't done it already. So we're talking to people, some of these people have got communities with like 30, 40,000 people in. They've got email lists of 10, 12,000 people, and they've never monetized them because they don't know how. So we're talking to them about affiliate deals. We're talking to them about how to get sponsorships, how to get advertisers, just different ways of monetizing. So revenue generation is a big thing for me. I love helping people generate income because then they can pay me more money. So it's all good. And then the sword stuff is just sort of grown because we can't train at the moment. I'm taking that sword time, doing a lot of research. So yeah, researching my next book, which will be on swords. Doing a lot of proofreading for people. I catalogue swords for a local museum. and volunteer at a couple of collections.
Yeah, you get to
So
go and handle the swords as well, right?
yeah. Well, I have to. So with our local museum, they've got a bunch of collections that they've built up over the years. So we had so the guy that basically in the Victorian times, a lot of these guys would go out into the country. So it's going to push that. Would go out into around and just buy. So they would go to India and Africa and places like this and just buy stuff, and just bring it back, and then they stick it in these dusty old museums. But the problem is the museums don't have enough space, so they have storerooms just full of stuff. So after sort of nearly 80 years, there's stuff that they don't know they have. So when we went in and I helped them catalogue, we're cataloguing. They've probably got around 500-600 swords, and maybe 300 or 400 daggers and knives and maces and different kinds of weapons, spears, all sorts of stuff. And when we went through the Japanese section, they only had, I think, 40 listed, but when we went through the actual physical lots, they had probably twice that many. So they don't know what they've got, and then even when they look at what they've got, they don't know what it is. So we're doing a lot. So that's the other beauty of the internet at the moment, is I can now go into sword forums and go, what the hell's this? If I don't know what it is, I can just go to a group and I can go, what the f is this? This is the most random thing I've ever seen in my life.
So that means
So
you've been posting on Japanese forum boards as well, then.
Japanese, Chinese, we found. We've got an executioner's Dao, which is this massive thing. It's like a meat chopper. It's like this big, and it's kind of freaky because some of the stuff we've got is, we know it's been used.
Oh yes, the
Because
execution style. Yeah.
there's still biological remnants on some of this stuff, so you know some of this stuff's been used. So yeah, it's interesting, and I love it. And you get up close and personal. Yeah, I get to handle stuff that people it's normally behind glass.
Yeah, that's the fun
So
part.
so you can pick up and hold stuff. The problem with it is when you put it down on paper, and then you pick it up again, and all these bits have fallen off it. It's like, oh my god, these things are degrading over time. So yeah, but it's fun. I enjoy it. It's nice, relaxed to get away from everything else and just sit and look at swords. Kind of a cool thing to do.
Be away from the
And
computer.
yeah, and the beauty is, I mean, people say to me, it's just said, I envy your life, whatever. You're living the dream. All I did was ask. I'm not an expert in these things. I just volunteered, and just basically contacted them and said, "Do you need help with this?" And that was that. And that's when you find the love for these things. I've gone in and cleaned out tigers at our local zoo,
I've seen that
jaguars,
you do. Yeah, you're
panthers.
always in the zoo.
Yeah, so we go and help out there where we can. So we've not volunteered since COVID, but I'll probably get back into that next year, hopefully. But we worked with what they call the apex predators, so all the big cats, the bears, and that kind of stuff. So you go in and you make all you hide their food for them to give them some stuff to find, and you make all these little toys and enrichment things to give them something to do and something to play with. It's fun. It's fun. It just gets you away. But yeah, again, it's just volunteering. There's nothing special about me that allows me to go and feed tigers, apart from the fact that I asked. So it's
Well,
a big
they
thing for
do
people.
tend to have all these volunteering programs, just people don't volunteer. That's all.
Yeah, and people don't, or they don't think they're good enough, or they don't think they're qualified enough, or whatever. And a lion, at the end of the day, a lion doesn't care if you've got a PhD or not. If it's going to eat you, it's going to eat you. So, and it's all good stuff, and it all helps. So, we do a lot of stuff with animals. So yeah, we sort of love that as well. So yeah, it's all good. But yeah, there's a lot going on. But yeah, I'm going to turn into the Gary V of affiliate marketing. I think this next year. People think I talk about affiliates too much now.
Really? Do
Yeah,
you?
wait till next year. Apparently I talk about swords and affiliates. That's all people know me for.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's why I named you.
that's yeah. So that's probably true to a degree. So we'll just keep bashing away.
No, that's good. That's all awesome. Well, anything? I wonder if anyone else got any questions for you. No one asked any questions.
No,
Assuming you answered everyone's questions.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to write a book on Bruce Lee's Guide to Business Mastery. So you guys can do that.
You have the word with Shannon on that.
And to be honest, I mean, I think they'd be more authentic coming from a couple of Chinese guys anyway. So
We'll ask.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
We'll put the question out over to Shannon and see what she says. Right?
yeah, exactly. See what she says. Yeah, yeah. Can we change the word kung fu to click funnels?
Oh dear!
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that one.
Be the funnel, my friend. Be the funnel. Yeah.
Oh no! Don't ruin it.
There you go. Jeet click dough. There you go. There you go. Oh dear me.
Ick asks, what do you normally consult on?
Anything digital marketing related, to be honest. So we're doing marketing strategy for some property companies. That's the whole thing. So website build, finding their target audience, finding out who they are, how they get to them, and then how they monetize. So other companies, we are helping them monetize their databases, monetizing their site, helping them set up affiliate programs, helping them just revenue generate really. So it's a bit of everything. Our specialty tends to be we've got 4 core, I guess. So insurance, finance, property, and automotive are our big things. So if you looked at Speedy as a site, that's what we talk. We talk to insurtechs and fintechs. But if I'm honest, our client base is a lot more diverse than that. But you have to niche, even though we talk to all kinds of different clients in different spaces. So we've worked with lots of people, Silver Sabres, who would have thought that we'd be, as a marketing agency, would be talking to people that are running lightsaber schools. But it's cool, really, really cool stuff. So yeah, I'll talk to anybody. I'm not, here I am. I'm talking to you. Who'd have thought I'd be talking to you? The Sultan of selfies. So yeah.
Consultant or selfies. Yeah, the thing is, I am struggling with the whole niching down thing. Like everyone says, you need to niche down on an area, and digital marketing, right? Like you need to be in one, niche and stuff. I'm just like, but I like helping entrepreneurs. I do like small business owners. I do like helping salon owners, and I do like helping dentists.
Yeah.
Like
so here's the thing. You didn't listen to what people said to you. So people said to you, you needed to niche so that you could talk to an ICA. What no one said to you. See, this is simplification again. This is your brain oversimplifying. By talking to this person, I can't talk to that person. No one said that to you, Jono. Nobody said that to you. So this week, I've put out content around affiliate marketing and insurance and finance. I've talked to builders. I've talked to a supplement company. I've talked to a CBD brand. I've talked to an apparel company that do t-shirts. And I'm talking to some e-com guys that are on Amazon. They want to come off Amazon and do their own stuff. None of my content talks to that audience. What talks to them is the way I talk to my audience. So what I say to my audience resonates with all these other people. So no one said to you, don't ignore everyone else. What they're saying to you is by finding someone to talk to, Jim, who's 30, who works in a fintech, and he needs help with his marketing because he hasn't got the budget and he hasn't got the skills to do it himself. That's me. That's my ICA. That's who I talk to. But there's going to be lots of gyms in different areas and different spheres that are just going to resonate with that message and go, well, if Jason can do that with a fintech, can he do it in construction? Your problem is you're overthinking, and you've got this. Oh, look at me! I'm turning into Dr. Ruth now, or Dr. Phil. Is you've got the scarcity model in your head. You're thinking, if I only talk to this particular niche, I'm going to miss out on all this other business. But guess what? talking to everybody is talking to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that's a t-shirt there. Whoa, I like that one. That's my strap line. I'm having that. No one else can have that. Talking to everybody is talking to no one, because you can't talk to everybody. You can't afford to talk to everybody. You're not going to reach everybody. And the problem is algorithms on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever you get your message out, Google, need you to talk to a niche, because that's the only way they can understand where to put your content. But they need to do that over time. They can't do that if you keep buggering about talking to 25 different niches every week, because they're going to go, what the hell is he going on about? The core theme may be the same, but they're not going to know who to deliver that content to and stick that content in front of. So that's what we're helping people with at the moment. And for anyone interested, I've been doing digital marketing online since before Google was around. So I've been doing it since 1997. So, and the same thing applies now as it did then. And the same thing applies now with TikTok, Parler, who knew? All these new things that are coming out are just platforms to do the same old thing. And us marketers eventually ruin everything for everybody, because we break stuff. We just flood it, we ruin it, we ruin everything. But the technique and the method's still the same. So you finding your niche, every time you and I talk and I go, have you sorted yourself out yet? It's not about you stopping you doing things for everybody. It's just saying to you, just talk to one person.
Mm-hmm.
And people will come and they'll resonate with that message, and they may not be your ICA, but at that point, it doesn't matter. So you go to Speedy talks to fintechs and insurtechs. Do you know how many fintech and insurtech clients I've got at the moment? But guess how many AI clients I've got? It's sort of related. Tech clients, sort of related. They resonate with the message. So, picking a niche for everybody is a good thing. But picking a niche is only picking a niche. You're not excluding or removing anyone else. No one said to you, oh my God, Pepsi Cola have asked me to consult, but I only talk to dentists, so I can't work with them. No one said that to you. But in your head, you've said that to yourself. It's kind of weird, isn't it? But we do. I used to do that all the time. Speedy originally was a flea market. Under my who we work with, I could have just basically put a phone book in there. I would work with anybody. I could have just listed, every job title, and all the SIC codes, all the SIC codes. I could have just had, I work with everybody. But you will anyway, because when the phone rings or the email comes in that says, I've got a $5,000 a month budget to spend on marketing, can you help me? The first thing you ask is, are they in my niche? No, not really. You ask, can I actually help that business? And it doesn't matter who they are, what they are. So, yeah, there you go. You've been schooled, son. Get it done.
I got some free coaching. That's awesome. If you were a 20-year-old right now going through this pandemic and you just started entrepreneurship all over again, what would you be focusing on right now? Ooh.
Same thing I'm doing right now. So when I was a 20-year-old,
if you were a 20-year-old now,
so if I was a 20-year-old now,
going through a pandemic,
because I was just working through when I was 20, because I was just trying to think. So I was 20 in 1992. So yeah, what would I be doing now? To be honest, I would be doing the same thing. The only thing I would do differently on my affiliate marketing side was I'd be collecting email. And it's kind of interesting because one of the first products I ever bought was a thing by, I'm going to shout out to Alexandra Brown, who will never listen to this podcast. She's far too big to listen to something like this. Sorry, but she is. She used to be a thing called the e-zine queen. If everyone remembers what an e-zine was
I remember
e-magazine, which is basically an email newsletter. So I bought her products, I think 2001, I think it was. And yeah, emails coming back. Everyone's talking about Facebook, everyone's talking about community, everyone's talking about, but guess what? We're all now talking about taking them off these platforms and getting them on your own platform. So I think I would be more focused on communicating with people and trying to get them onto my own platform, and that platform would probably be email. because people open email still fairly religiously. If you've got a vested audience, vested in who you are and what you are, email's still the way to go. I think a lot of people got scared off with email because of GDPR. But as long as everything's above board, I'd still do that. The other thing I'd be doing I'd be building web assets. So I would be building things to sell. So whereas most people would build an agency to sell it, I believe in virtual real estate. So we used to do a lot of buying and selling of websites. So we used to build a website, give it a little brand, get it ranking page 1 in Google, and then sell it. So you could take a bit of work and then sell it for sort of 5 figures. So it's not huge amounts of money, but it's a lot of money for somebody. So we'd be building up that kind of thing. So we're just going back through some processes at the moment. We're looking at building up. A lot of people are selling email newsletters at the moment. So they're using stuff like, that's cool. Let people think it's a waste of time. Everyone on this call, newsletters are a waste of time. Don't do newsletters. Don't. I really don't want you to waste your time doing newsletters. Let me waste my time doing newsletters. Ching ching.
Exactly that. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, ching ching. That's what I love it. I love hearing this. I hear this from people all the time. Like people jump into my DMs and stuff, and they that don't know me, that just connect and send these stupid auto things. And they go, "Oh, the SEO's dead, email's dead, Facebook's dead, everything's dead." It's like, it's just. I just let people get on with it. I love it. You're not gonna, to be honest, you're not gonna convert people. I'm not a reverend. I'm not a pastor, so I'm not here to convert anybody. You can take my advice. You can leave my advice. That's fine. I don't really care. But email's coming back, and you will see more and more of that. And I think podcasting like this again is coming back, because podcasts were around 2002, 2003. I remember the first sort of set of podcasting.
I was literally interviewing someone today, and he started podcasting back in, was it early 2000, like you just said?
Yeah.
But he was doing it for teaching. So he was giving his students an area to listen to the class notes and stuff through podcast.
Yeah.
So that's what he was doing it with.
Yeah, so and he was probably using something like Audacity, and they were recording MP3s and stuff, and then you'd have to download it and listen to it. So yeah, there used to be a lot of stuff. So nothing's original, nothing's new, really.
It's just been now modernized, or more people know about it now, and right.
Yeah, you've just got a bigger audience, so it's just gone a little bit more mainstream. So community sites, these membership sites and things, because Facebook allowed you to set up a Facebook group, people are now going, "Oh, wow, that's fantastic!" And then they get to a point where they realise, "Oh my God, my whole business is now on Facebook, so I don't own my business. Facebook does. Let me take it off and let me build my own site and let me do this." So, but the core principle is still the same. The principle. What everyone used to think of as a Facebook group, and now your own community using MemberPress or using Mighty Networks or anything else, guess what? It used to be a Yahoo group.
It used to be forums like PHP, BB and stuff.
Yeah, you used to have, Matt's, still got,
Envision was one of the first forums I used.
Yeah, well, that was, that goes way back. So,
Age of Empires for me. That was the gaming time, and we had the community was Envision board via
gaming
Microsoft.
for me. So the first gaming thing I did was even before that. We used to do play by mail. Ooh, so we used to play war games like that. So play by mail. So that was when I was at boarding school. So that was 1989, and that used to take you like 3 weeks for a turn, because everyone had to send in their returns, their goes. Then the games master would then put it all together and see what the results were, and then send it out to everybody. And then you'd go, "Oh shit!" And then you'd have to do your next turn, and then you all send it in. So these games would take months and months and months, but it's fantastic. It was really, really good stuff. But yeah, that was before. I mean, the internet was around then, but yeah, this was sort of play by mail, so that was kind of good. So yeah, my gaming gaming and wargaming goes back a long, long time. So yeah, so I was on AD&D version 2, edition 2, second edition. So yeah, goes back a long, long time.
Oh, awesome. Well, I think there's no more questions. I think we're pretty much good. We wrapped up pretty much everything we wanted to cover.
Yeah, no, it works for me. I think my phone's going to probably die in about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes now anyway, because it's just said 10% left.
But it's great to have you catch up with you as well.
Yeah, no, it's been good. That's been good. Thank you we haven't waffled on too long.
Thank you for sharing all your wisdoms and your knowledge that you've dropped so many golden nuggets in here. There's just people whether they're gonna take it away and then implement it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink. So yeah, it's it's up to people. And if people if they want more information, or if they thought you're talking shit, just send me a note and we'll deal with it. So,
and for those that are interested in finding out more with what you do and stuff, where can they go?
Yeah, so the main thing we're sending people to at the moment is Affiliate Dojo. So they can go to affiliatedojo.co.uk, or they can go to Affiliate Dojo on Facebook. That's probably the easiest thing, because if I send people to our digital agency website, you're going to get confused with what's on there, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that we do. So yeah, I think most people I want to send there first. You've got some low entry products. There's some consultancy stuff that people can just talk to me for half an hour, just to get an idea of what they can do on the affiliate side. So that might be the best. That's what I'm trying to send people at the moment, just to give them a flavour of what we do, really.
Awesome. Great stuff. Thank you so much.
No, that's all right. No, it's at all, anytime.
Thank you very much.
Next time. Yeah, it's a bit too dark here.
We'll catch up again soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, Jono, great stuff. Thanks for that.
Thanks, Jason.
Okay, cheers.